Hello, welcome back to another episode of Full Court Press. Last week we had our Week 4 matchups, and we had some very, very good games. So without wasting any time, we're heading into our first game of the day at the 9 a.m. slot. We had Will Cormier's team versus Team Grasso. And we had Will Cormier coming out with 24 points and 6 threes. Sniper Willie at its finest, boys. What do you guys think of this game?
What a performance, man. Wow. I mean, Sniper Willie, 24 points. I'm not even surprised.
Yeah.
Did anyone?
It was bound to happen.
Yeah, I mean they call him Sniper Willie. That's what everyone calls him. So
yeah,
and he lived up.
6 threes too.
Six threes. Oh, so Sniper Willie been sniping.
Sniper Willie was sniping, and a sad game for Team Grasso, only putting up 27 points. Cormier beat him 62-27. So this was another blowout against Team Grasso. So what do you guys think about Team Grasso right now?
I mean, I think they bound to turn up. Ain't that right?
Yeah.
Ain't that right? I mean, you know, this is a team. I think they're just laying low until the playoffs. Everybody make the playoffs. They just bound to turn up.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Do you think they're just taking the rest days right now?
Yeah. I mean, you know, they resting their stars and they gonna turn up.
Brady, what do you think about this?
I mean, I feel like Grasso, I mean, they haven't had a good season to start with, but I mean, that doesn't mean that they're going to continue this. I feel like, you know, maybe next couple of weeks they find something, they get a few guys to score more, and they could have a better second half of the season. So
yeah, Mauricio 17 points as well as right next to Will's 24 points. So Mauricio picked it up this week. What do you think of that one, Jack?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we all expected that from Mauricio, so it's good to see that he had a rough week 2 weeks ago, I think it was. So it's good to see him get a good game. But it's sad to see that Grasso regressed. I mean, they scored 40 points 2 weeks ago. We were all like, oh yeah, maybe they're, trending in the right direction. But then they scored 27 this week. So.
But I think Cormier's they're a good defensive team.
Yeah.
So I mean, we shouldn't really be like, oh, they're regressing. They're just playing against maybe some more competition.
What do you think about this one, Frat Boy Goldie?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a good game for Team Cormier. As Jack said, Mauricio had been struggling for the last 2 weeks. But he had a big game, 17 points, and then obviously Sniper Willie, 6 threes, 24 points. Definitely a good performance for Team Cormier.
Yeah. All right, so coming at the second slot of the day at the 9 a.m. slot, we had Last versus Freeburg, with Freeburg coming on top with 46 points to Last 32, right? In this game, we had Kush, as I saw in the group chat, had 8 points, and everybody else had 6 points. So, again, another even scoring game for Team Freeburg. No one really, showed their scoring ability, but this was a good win for Team Freeburg, and they're still undefeated. So, congrats to them.
This was the marquee matchup. This was the matchup we all been waiting for. Everybody was talking about this coming into the week, and I mean, I think Ben Freeburg. I think he won that matchup against Hunter Burrow.
Shut him down. 0 points.
He's 1-0 against Shiesty, and he shut him down. I mean, I heard it was 0 points, but it was because he missed a dunk. But it was still it was a good defensive matchup. Well, how much did Ben have? He had 6 points.
He had six. Yeah.
Okay, so it was just a defensive matchup.
Yeah.
I mean, just battling it out in the paint.
I mean, especially on Team Freeburg, especially against Ben Freeburg, 6 points from Ben, we kind of see that every single week. We haven't really seen him go for that, plus 10 or maybe 15 points a game. So,
I mean, one thing that I'd like to point out is if you were in the Rec Ball Facebook, which is, a lot of players are, you see that the video of the tip-off?
Yeah.
That was a good tip-off.
That was a good tip-off.
Jordan, I gotta ask you. So Team Last, they're at 1 win now, and 1-3 now. What does Team Last need to do to improve and turn their season around?
Yeah.
I mean, I think they just got to change the offense up a little bit. I've seen Eric has been taking a lot of shots. Someone said 0 for something.
17.
0 for 17.
As he self-proclaimed.
And I mean, he's a good player. Don't get me wrong. I think Eric Last is a good player. I think Zane's a good player. But I think if you have 3 seniors on the team, you got to get all of them involved. I want to see Hunter in that pick and roll, just destroying people in the paint.
Yeah, pick and pop.
You know what I'm saying? I want to see him just going in and getting aggressive. Because we haven't seen that yet. I mean, I think they're shooting a lot of threes. They need to bring back, back to the basket, post work.
He has to discover a new role for their team to be, successful going into the postseason. But there's a lot of stuff they can work on. But we're not ruling them out just yet. They still have talent on the team. I just feel like some kids haven't found their identities yet. Hunter Burrow needs to find what he's the best at and, continue to do that for the rest of the season.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I would not want to get hit by a Hunter Burrow screen I feel like he would be, like, if he can just develop that role, even if it's not scoring, setting screens, could be a big player for Team
What do you think
Last.
this one, Brady?
I mean, you match up that Hunter Burrow screen with the pick and pop. That's unstoppable. So
That's knockdown city.
Team Last, they just have to figure out a way to get that involved in the offense. I mean, consistency is key in basketball. So I mean, Eric, 0 for 17, that's not good. I mean, a couple weeks ago he had 12 and then 18. So just finding his groove, and then Zane being a scorer as well. I feel like that's what they need to work on.
But I mean, if they can implement that, that pick and pop, barbecue chicken alert.
Team Last screams inconsistency to me. I mean, 0 for 17. Then you got Zane, step back threes left and right. I mean, just inconsistent left and right.
Team Last is not a team that I would put my parlay on.
No.
But in terms of Team Freeburg, their leading score was 8 points, and they got the W. I think it just goes to show they're a very deep team. They got a lot of guys that they can go to.
Yeah.
They play defense, and they don't need to have a guy score 20-plus points. They can win games with their leading scorer being, like, in the single digits.
I agree with you, Goldie. I agree with you. All right, so coming at the third slot of the day at the 10:15 mark, we had Gervais versus Calderoni, Jared's own very team. Jared with 24 points, Will adding 17, and Emilio adding 14. This was a great scoring game. Did Emilio actually have 14 points? Was he lying?
No,
I think he did.
He was lying.
I'm not 100% positive. He had to have had at least 10, though.
All right. Well, Team Calderoni came on top in a close game, 60-52. But you scored 24 points. Can you walk me through it?
I mean, I was just all game. I think I had 11 free throws. I was just getting hacked.
So Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
I do want to say this. Today, or that day, last Sunday was the day that Kobe Bryant unfortunately passed away, and he was number 24, so I thought it was a little nostalgic that I had 24. I kind of cued my inner Jason Tatum, texted him before the game. I'm doing this one for you.
Did you do it to honor him?
I did it to honor him, 24 points.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty close game, 60-52. Was there any points of the game where you thought that, maybe this could start going south?
I mean, we were up by comfortable 5-10 points all game. All of a sudden in the fourth quarter, Jaden
Gervais?
Gervais. I think it's Gervais.
It's Gervais.
I think it's Gervais, but
okay. Give him respect.
Jaden Gervais, he started turning up for them, and then they tied it up. And then from then on, we just gave me the ball, and I kind of just went to work on these kids.
I mean, one thing I'd like to bring up in this game, I was watching a little bit of it. Jaden Gervais and Will Lake. What was going on over there?
I think it was a little funny business. I didn't see it actually, but I think Jaden might have kind of hit Will, and I'm not sure. I don't want to make false accusations on Jaden, but I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. And so they got a little bit chippy, and then some people got teched up.
You're sticking up for Willie though.
I got a tech this game actually.
You did?
What'd you do?
I got hard fouled, and as a basketball player, I may or may not have shoved. I'm not sure who it was, but I kind of shoved him when the play was over.
It's okay.
I mean, you got to get your get back.
I got to get my get back, yeah.
All right. What do you think about this game, Brady?
I mean, it was pretty good scoring for Team Calderoni. You had 3 players at least over 10 points.
Emilio.
Emilio, I don't know, but I mean, this looked pretty balanced. I mean, Jared 24, great game. Will another double-digit game. So I feel like Team Calderoni, that's both them and Team Freeburg. They're going to be the top dogs in this league.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, how much did you guys end up winning by?
60-52. 60
So
minus 52 equals 8.
All right, so but it was a pretty close game, for the majority of the game. And I think, honestly, Team Gervais could easily upset a team in the playoffs. They were this game was tied for a lot. When I only saw some of this game, but this game was tied for a lot of the game. It was going back and forth. And I think I wouldn't have been surprised if Team Gervais pulled this one out.
Yeah.
I heard Renzo got his first bucket this week too, right?
Free throws.
They call him something R. I forget what they call him, but
Call him Hard R.
Oh, is that what they call it? That what it is? That's what the nickname is? Yeah. So you'll have to see him getting that his first bucket this week. Calderoni brothers, they're hooping out there.
Yeah, they are hooping. They are hooping. Anything else, boys?
I mean, I want to give a special shout out to both Jaden and Logan Bramley for Team Gervais. Logan, I think, had 13, and then Jaden had 18. They were getting us buckets throughout the stretch of the game. I mean, they're pretty good players.
Do agree with that. Yeah. Coming at the fourth slot, we had Martin versus Kaplan, with Kaplan coming on top 37-31. A low-scoring game, but what was this? This was the matchup of Thomas versus Ari, right? And not to toot my own horn, guys, but last week I remember saying that this was going to be the game where Thomas Cashman held Ari Jane to under 20 points for the first time this season.
Goalie was sobbing. He was sobbing.
I think Ari Jane finished with how much? 15?
Yeah,
15.
Well, you're asking the wrong guy.
Goldie, what was it?
I couldn't tell you. But
Okay, he's lying.
He can tell you rebounds, assists, steals.
I'm not Brady.
What he ate for breakfast.
I'm not Brady.
But Thomas Cashman, 13 points, and Cale Duggan, 10 points. Pretty low scoring game, but the defensive presence of Thomas Cashman really showed against, our league's leading scorer that,
Second leading scorer.
Who's the first? Well, I won't count because you missed a game.
Isn't that more impressive that he missed a game instead?
No, less games played and he has a higher in one game, so that
Yeah.
means that it averages up to more.
I
But
see where I was
Ari
going
Jane
with
had
that.
26, 20, 23. And how much you had? You had 37, 14.
17.
I think Ari Jane averaged
No,
more
we
points
did,
than you.
we did this math already.
Well, you must have done that.
You did the math.
Ari Jane had how much?
15.
15 last
You knew
week.
that.
Let's see if
How
you
much-
could do the
I
math.
don't know
on
what
the
he
spot.
had. I don't know what he had in the first 2 weeks.
What's 15 plus 20?
Dude.
Okay. Well, this was a good win for Team Kaplan. Kind of shows that they can really brick up, wall up against these big guys. So 37-31. This was a very good game for Team Kaplan.
Yeah, you didn't get a lot of production at ISO Joe this game.
Yeah.
No Cam buckets at all either, or not on the score sheet at least, and they still won.
I think Cam
comfortably.
wasn't there.
Oh, he wasn't.
I
So
was.
No,
Yeah,
Cam was there.
he's-
I think Kale was. No, Kale
Kale
was
was.
there. Cam was there.
But for Team Martin, James Barry and Max Martin were both out, I believe.
Yeah.
So that's a big loss.
But what about
Barry.
Ari?
All right, dude.
All right, moving on to the next slot. We had Jordan's team. We had Team Meyer versus Team Doherty. So it's Jordan versus Goldberg right here. Jordan, I'm going to kick it off to you right now. We're going to tell how it goes.
50-25. Team Meyer. Light work.
How did you play?
Goldie, how do you
Yeah.
manage to put up 25 points in 4 quarters?
It was a bad game, and honestly, I think the biggest thing is defense. In 3 consecutive games, we've let up 50-plus points. In rec basketball, I don't think anyone should be putting up 50 points. So that's where our problem is. I mean, obviously, we missed a lot of shots. I missed a lot of shots.
You missed a lot of
Yeah, I
shots.
did. Collectively, just as a team, we didn't play well. But I think the offense will come. To me, it's defense. We got to get stops on defense.
Yeah, I mean, I said this last week, but I have been hearing a little bit, and there's a couple of issues going on in the locker room with
Yeah.
Goldberg. I heard Greg's now a little upset that you're taking all these shots and you're shooting from the gray line while Greg's wide open under the hoop. And now Nolan's mad because Nolan thinks he has open shots, but you think it's better to take gray line shots.
Hey, this is just not true.
I mean, one of the things I've heard, and I kind of witnessed during the game, is that Goldberg is mean to his teammates. I think, they take shots, they'll take layups, and Goldberg's like, come on, dude, I was wide open from 3.
So
Just not a team player.
they need some fixed chemistry problems over there, unless they're not going to see their first win. Team Grasso might be better than Team Doherty right now. I think I put Team Doherty at the last of our rankings. What do we have Team Doherty in our preseason rankings? Do we have
4, I
top
think.
Too high.
Yeah, way too high. We're sorry about that.
Hey, playoffs haven't started yet. Just watch out.
Dude, I'll bet everything against you, man.
Sending you to Cancun first round.
Cancun first round. But, this was a dominant performance by Team Meyer. On Team Meyer, who's the leading scorer on your team?
I think we had Noah,
Noah
17.
Nurse, yeah.
17. That's my MVP pick
Balled
right
out.
there. Great game by him. All right, so moving to the last slot of the day, we had Altman versus Breen, arguably the lowest scoring game I have ever seen come through a rec ball.
All time. Lowest scoring game of all time.
29-15.
15 points.
And Cole Altman had 15 of his 29 points, which they came out on top with. Thing is that Cole Altman single-handedly tied the other team, right? I don't even know it was possible to put up 15 points in 4 quarters. Cole was the leading scorer, obviously, on Team Altman, scoring more than half of their points. What do you guys think about this game?
Well, I will say, I was watching this game, and this might have been the most boring basketball game I've ever watched in my life.
Absolute snooze fest. Seriously, how does this even happen?
I think
right?
Breen's issue right now is they're forcing the ball to Jack. Every team pretty much plays the 2-3. They're forcing Jack Biddle in the middle of the zone and forcing him to shoot over 2 guys, which are not a high percentage shot. It's every possession. They're just not good looks.
I mean, also, like, Team Altman does have some taller players.
Yeah.
And so, like, Jack Biddle's height can't be used as much.
Yeah.
And so, like, I mean, they were getting locked up. I mean, 15 points, what?
I think that Team Green has to figure out what to do other than Jack Biddle, right? I feel like they have to get more stuff going in with their backcourt players, like their point guards, right? Let's try to run stuff around, stop forcing the ball to the middle to Biddle, right? People are they're picking up on it.
Yeah, why ain't T. Nelly shooting the ball?
Yeah, exactly. So we need from Team Green, we need to see more people pick it up. Last week or a couple weeks ago, we saw Team Green. They won their first week, right?
Yeah.
And that was a dominant performance by them. Who did they play? Was it Team Grasso?
I don't know.
I think they played Grasso week 1.
But they showed signs of being an all-around team, having T. Nelly shooting behind the arc. It was a balanced team. So I think they're kind of losing their identity right now. I think they need to figure out what they need to do to go into the postseason to be able to start winning some games. Mm-hmm. But other than that, Team Altman still comes out on top. Has Team Altman lost? Yeah, they have lost.
It was when
Cole was out. So I don't count that, honestly, since their best player was out. So
Cole had a great performance.
Yeah, I still have high hopes for Team Altman.
Yeah, I mean, Cole, he kind of had like a Scotty Barnes performance out there a little bit.
Yeah, Scotty Barnes. Great comparison.
Yeah, a lot of rebounds, a lot of points, he kind of did everything out there.
Yeah.
I did hear he lied about his points, though.
He did. He said in the Facebook he had 17 when he shot the ball when the buzzer ended from 3. So in reality, he had 14.
Okay.
So I just want to put that out there. If you guys follow just the Facebook, probably 9 out of 10 times Cole's lying about his own points and other stats.
I mean,
Well, he has people lying for him.
Yeah.
Who?
AKA Brady.
I mean, they got like blocks and steals next to their names. Like, no way those stats.
I mean,
are
that's
real.
ridiculous.
Next week, I heard that Brady and Alex are now doing plus minus.
Bro.
This is the time that we announce the dog of the week for week 1. And another easy pick this week. Will Cormier, Sniper Willie, 24 points, 6 threes, came on with the W. I think this was the easiest one. Sniper Willie, probably the cornerstone of one of this podcast. Every single week he's mentioned. Great game for an underclassman as well. So this was a great game for him. So he earned that dog of the week. Mm-hmm. So moving on to next week's games. Coming at the first slot, we have Kaplan versus Grasso at the 9 a.m. slot. What do you guys think about this game?
I mean, Kaplan's red hot right now.
Yeah.
And Grasso's ice cold. So
Yeah. I think we all can agree how this one's going to go.
Yeah.
We all got Kaplan on this one.
Kaplan.
Yeah,
Kaplan.
Grasso makes our job easy, but that doesn't mean we don't like them, right? I wish the best for Team Grasso. Like Jordan said, it only matters if they're in the playoffs, right? Every single team makes the playoffs. You never know. We could have a Cinderella story upset. So, I'm always rooting for Team Grasso. I want them to do good, but right now at this time versus a hot Team Kaplan's going to come on top. Yep. So coming in at the second slot at 9 a.m., we have Team Doherty versus Team Breen. This is a good game considering that this could be a matchup that Team Doherty can actually come on top with. What do you guys think about this one?
I mean, this will definitely be, this is Doherty's first opportunity to actually win.
Yeah.
I mean, Team Breen scored 15 points last week. You guys score more than 15.
Yeah.
Play some defense.
I think Doherty's going to go 0-5 here.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, Goldberg, week after week, he says, what's their one problem? Rebounding, right? You say that?
Rebounding and defense.
Rebounding is a huge problem. Breen's got big guys in the paint. I don't think Doherty stands a chance here. 0-5, Team Doherty.
But I feel like you could approach this game differently, right? They really haven't established any significant shooters on their team. So maybe you guys can pack the middle a little bit more, defend against their bigs, and maybe you guys can get lucky that they don't hit a shot the entire game.
Yeah,
but I'm not going against Team Doherty. I feel like Team Doherty's gonna get their first win this week, and I know all you guys
False
think differently.
Right
Goldie, I'm on your side this week. I want you to win because
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I mean, I keep picking Team Doherty to win, and we keep losing. So I'm not gonna say who's gonna win. I don't want to jinx myself.
You have to.
You're
not gonna bet on yourself.
Your own
No,
team.
I mean, obviously I'm gonna take my team.
See,
if
this
I gotta
never
pick
goes.
my
This
team.
is another side of bad chemistry.
No,
and a
I
bad
just don't want
locker
to
room
jinx
guy.
my team.
You want to change your pick?
I've jinxed my team.
Yeah,
I don't think
I am now
you should
changing my
change
pick to Team Breen just because Goldie is
That's absurd.
he is not confident in his teammates, and this is going to show up
I
in the
wasn't
locker room.
confident. I said I didn't want to jinx us.
Jinx us. If the confidence knows that you can't be jinxed if you're confident.
I mean, I don't think
All right.
losing by 25 had anything to do with getting jinxed.
Here's what I'll say though. Team Breen scored 15 points last week, and we let up
50.
We let up 50, right? So I think Team Breen's a bad offensive team, and we're a bad defensive team.
Okay.
So I think it's going to come down to whoever can lock in, either them on offense or us on defense.
I mean, you guys scored 25. That's not much more than 15.
Yeah, I know. 5 layups more.
Almost double.
The thing about this,
how many more is that?
10 more. 10 or 15.
the thing about this matchup is, I am hearing that Team Breen might run the box and one on you, Justin.
Yeah, I think Luke Miller is going to be face guarding me full court.
Yeah, so I mean, who are you gonna pass to? I mean,
I think it's
now they have
barbecue chicken.
Yeah.
I think so. I know. Like, being face guarded full court is pretty tough, but if you can look at it in a different perspective, it's just a one-on-one full court. If you can get by him every single time, then you should be able to score the ball every single possession.
Yeah.
Hope you're right.
Yeah. So, Goldie, I'm rooting for you. I want you to get your first win, but
And his teammate. Well, the biggest issue with Team Doherty right now is his teammates do not like Goldberg.
bad locker room.
I mean, I see Nolan shooting these crazy shots from deep, and I think it's just to get back at
all
Goldberg.
right, let's just say this. It's not just me that, I've taken some deep shots, but it's not just me.
So now you're
blaming
throwing your teammates under the bus?
No, I'm saying.
It's just getting worse.
This is Goldie.
I'm not saying
Goldie,
that.
just
I'm saying.
swallow your pride and
I don't
realize
know
that you're
why.
0-4
I don't
on a
know
losing
why
team.
I have all the accountability for us.
You're the one pick. You're the 1.1
Okay.
in the draft.
I take a lot of the responsibility, but I don't think you can just
He's
say,
like Greg
you
Oden.
can just say 100% of the responsibility is on me.
You just can't handle being a superstar.
Yeah.
You know, you want to blame your teammates
You
for all
call
your...
me a superstar?
I'm not calling you a
Don't make
superstar.
me blush.
We're gonna see how this goes on Sunday. So moving into the next slot, we have Gervais versus Last at the 10-15 slot. This is a very good game as well. Team Jaden Gervais came off a great game. Team Last just came off a little upset, like mishap game. You know, Eric had 0 for 17. Probably never seen that before. But this is a good game. But in this game, I do have Team Gervais coming on top.
Mhm.
I got Team Gervais as well. I mean, they're competing with all these teams,
Yeah.
and I mean, they've been playing really well.
Yeah, very well.
Yeah, Team Gervais bounce back win here, I think. Coming off that tough loss, scoring 50. How much did they score? Team Gervais.
Team
What was the score of
Gervais.
your game?
60 to 50. They scored 52 points.
52 points in the loss. I mean,
Yeah.
that's rough, and I
that
think
is
they're going to
rough.
recover here.
What do you think, Goldie?
I'm going to also take Team Gervais.
It's Gervais.
Yeah, Gervais.
All right, so moving into the next slot, at the 10-15 slot, we have Calderoni versus Coleman. We got Jared versus Sniper Willie. This is a good game, but I'm taking Team Calderoni. I like Mr. Calderoni too much. I think that coming off that 60-point win, you know, they found out that, you know, they have a lot of scores on their team. Emilio with the alleged 14 points, Jared with the 24 for Kobe, and Will with the 17. Will's a great player. He's very consistent. So
Yep.
I like Team Calderoni in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I got my boys.
Yeah.
I mean, I am a bit nervous about Sniper Willie. I might have to face guard him full court just so like he doesn't shoot the ball. That might be the key to our success.
Yeah.
But I mean, outside Sniper Willie, I mean, Mauricio's a great player, but he's scoring 20. We can hold Sniper Willie to 0 points. They can't beat us. We score 50 a game.
Yeah.
We score 50 a game.
50 a game. What do you think, Brady?
I don't know. I think I got Team Calderoni in this one. You just have to, you know, hold Will to under, 10 points.
Wait,
Mauricio.
who? Oh, Will Lake. Or Will
No.
Cormier?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Sniper Willie, right?
Yeah.
That's
The same
you
Sniper Willie.
You can't refer to him as well.
My bad.
Yeah.
Sniper Willie. You know, you're going to hold him under 10 points. Mauricio, just don't let him get hot. And I feel like if you have another big game, Will has another big game, and Emilio allegedly has 14 points, then I feel like, you know, you'll come up top.
Yeah. What do you think, Goldie? Or Jared? No, I mean Jordan. What do you think, Jordan?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with them. Team Calderoni's going to win this. I think Cormier's got some good players, but, like, you know, from top to bottom, I think Calderoni's just deep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they should take this.
I'm going to take Team Calderoni also. I think it's going to be a close game. I wouldn't be shocked if Team Cormier came out with this one, but I am going to take Calderoni.
Kind of agree here with Goldie. I mean, it's hard not to pick Team Calderoni when they just got a 60-point W.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can't go against them there.
Yeah, I agree. So moving on to the second to last slot of the day, we have Team Altman versus Team Martin at the 11:30 slot. This is another good game. I mean, Cole came off a good 15-point game out of their 29 points, and Team Martin, they just came off a loss last week. But in this game, I do have Team Altman.
Do we know if Max
and James are out.
back?
They're out again. So
That's
injuries
huge.
or
That is huge.
injuries
I think
and
it's-
absences.
I think it's track.
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 We're gonna say injuries
They were
though.
a
It makes it
completely
seem more
different team without
professional.
them.
Let's hand this one to Goldberg.
Yeah.
Let's hand this one to Goldberg.
I am going to take Team Altman. However, I will say this.
Whoa.
I think Team Altman is a team that can be easily upset, at least in the playoffs. I mean, they're winning all these games, but
Am I hearing this right? Wait, hold
okay,
on, bro.
I
You just picked against REG.
Wait,
The Ari Jane, you're picking him to lose?
you're picking
think
Altman over
I think
Martin.
they need James and they need Max.
He just put his glasses on for that one.
Wow.
That's like
Took him right off.
This is
But if you look at Team Altman, though, seriously, Team Altman's not winning these games. Like, even Team Maya, they won by 25 against us. Team Altman hasn't had a dominant win like that since week 1. So I wouldn't be surprised if they get upset, but I'm gonna go with Team Altman.
All right, what do you think, Jack?
The fact that Max and James aren't there, I think Team Altman runs away with this one. They were a completely different team without him.
Yeah.
Ari has to do everything for that team. I don't know.
I mean, he can.
I mean, Goldberg thinks he can, but I don't know if he
He can do everything and more, is what Goldberg's been saying.
But yeah, it's tough for him to carry that big of a load.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I got Team Altman in this one. Without James and Max, it's going to be hard for Ari to do everything for Team Martin. And Cole, he had a pretty good game. I just feel like Altman should win this one by 10 points.
I think this is gonna be a very close game. I do think Altman might end up on top, but I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. No. I think Ari, Jane,
it's gonna be a close game. Yeah. All right. So coming in at the last slot of the day, the marquee matchup of the week, the matchup that we're all waiting for: Friedberg versus Meyer. We got Jordan versus Ben. Jordan, I'm gonna give it to you right now.
I mean, I think this is just gonna be a close game.
Yeah.
Right now, we've been working on the 5-out offense, so I think that should be very good against Ben's team, considering there are a lot of guys who like to hang out in the paint.
Yeah.
But I mean, as long as we can stop their shooters like Brendan Estefan and Ben Estefan, sorry,
I did it too.
and Alex Freeberg, and I know they got some other guys.
Yeah.
But I think if we can control the paint a little bit and stop the outside shot, this should be a very close game that I think we can win.
Okay. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the game of the week. I think we got two very good teams. I think they're evenly matched and they match up well against each other. I am going to take Team Friedberg. They're undefeated, they're confident, and they just have so many guys, and they play defense. I mean, to me, they're the best team in this league right now. But, yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised. I do like Team Meyer a lot.
What do you think, Jack?
I got Team Freeberg. I mean, you heard Ben on the phone. He's confident. The team's confident. They can win a game with no one scoring in the double digits. I mean, going with Team Freeberg here.
Yeah, I'm also going to pick up on Team Friedberg. I think that this is going to be a close game. I think Noah's going to play a great game. I feel like Noah's going to be the deciding factor. If Noah plays a very good game, I think that Team Meyer could come out on top. But right now, I think Team Friedberg, just because, the role that they're on right now.
I mean, with this game, I'm torn in this one because Freeberg, all the teams Freeberg have played so far, they box and won the point guard. But Meyer's more of a unique team. You don't really know who's going to bring the ball up for Team Meyer. So I don't think Freeberg's going to run their box and one. So I think they might be a little uncomfortable this game on defense. I think Meyer's going to come up on top in this one.
Do you think that'll be a problem for Dr. Coach Freeberg, though?
Dr. Coach Brian Freeberg might figure this one out.
Yeah.
Coach Freeberg probably is the leading candidate of Coach of the Year so far, but
Like a Phil Jackson type.
he's been great.
But if Phil Jackson was also a doctor.
Yeah.
I would say this though, Team Friedberg, they've had a lot of blowouts, and then when they get pressed, Ben and a lot of other guys on their team tend to turn it over. So if I'm Team Meyer, Jordan, I would be full court pressing them.
Yeah.
What do you think, Brady?
I think although Ben and I do have some bad blood, I am going to take Team Freeberg. I feel like that they match up well with against Team Meyer, and I feel like if Ben plays well defensively and you have Ben Estefan shooting the lights out, I feel like that they can go on top.
All right, so Dog of the Week predictions. Just say who you guys want. All right, we'll start with you, Brady.
I mean, I think I got Ben Freeberg taking the Dog of the Week.
Right.
I feel like he's going to be a great defensive presence in this game.
Yeah.
All right, it's up to me now. I think I'm gonna go with Maddox Peterson for Team Meyer.
I like that pick. That's a good pick right there.
I think he's gonna be the guy that Freeberg doesn't know about.
Yeah.
Now he knows.
I'm gonna take from the same game as Brady. I'm gonna take Ben Estefan. I feel like that he's gonna have another lights out week. I feel like he shows a pattern of having a very good game, then having an okay game, and then this is the game where he goes off again.
You know what? Give me Ty Nelly. I mean, I think they scored 15 points last week. He's kind of due to get more involved, and he's a good player.
Yeah.
Give me Ben Estefan. I think he's gonna have a big game against Team Meyer and help lead Team Friedberg to a W.
I got Jack Biddle this week. I think he's going to have a big game.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning into this week's episode. The games are being played on Sunday with the first game starting off at 9 in the morning and ending at 11:30. Make sure you guys tune into the Facebook account to see the scores and the recaps of every single game. And if you haven't watched our recent videos, go ahead and watch those. Week 1, we have all of our preseason rankings and awards. So go tune into that if you already haven't. But thank you guys for tuning into this week's episode. Signing off.